everyone, we're the Bearded Bastards with the Villains Man, continuing on session 38 of our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game, The Ancient War Reborn. I'm your DM, JVD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great from the Villains Man, part of the Bearded Bastards crew. In this game, I'm playing your Elven Bard, Paladin, Luda Silverstring, Harper Agent, and Extraordinaire.
Hey, I'm the Bearded Wonder with the Villains Man, and I play Vesper North, the Moon Elf Rogue / Warlock Elf Claw. And, yep, that's all I got.
And I'm Smiley with the Villains Man, playing Ura Dwighthammer, the Thunder of Ogma.
Smiley, give me a recap.
Oh, it's back!
Apparently that's all that matters.
Like a badass.
Just so the audience knows, it's the best set, like little small part of a session ever when I went and got ordered.
It was a small part. It was like less than 12 minutes.
It was amazing. It was like going to heaven.
Best part of the whole game.
I wouldn't say all that.
It might have been
For me, the best part of the game is when you were hypnotized by the vampire and then you watched Perusia die.
That was fun.
Just the look on your face, you guys were just like, oh no.
See, JVD is all about taking life and giving life. Is he God?
He's Jesus.
I lied.
I'm sorry.
I don't walk on water. I'm like Craig. I turn water to cold Coors Light. So, obviously that's the only part that matters to Smiley on the recap is Ford's back.
That's an important part.
Yeah.
Where's back?
All right. Evan the Great, give me the real recap here.
Okay, the real recap is where I left. Back up. Okay. We had to have a council meeting, and the dragons were going to be present. It was a very intense moment. If you have not watched it, go watch the video once we put it up. If it's not up, or if it is up, go watch it. And in that meeting, our party has to get the dragons to join us in this crusade because I owe them things that I have not got yet.
So many favors.
So now, favors on top of favors and hope.
If you know what he means.
And then using hope as an inspiration. And also in this meeting, I forgot to say, they had Vesper lead the meeting. Correct? Yeah. Anyway, cut to the chase.
I made a mistake.
Smiley saying, we were able to get the dragons to help us.
Yeah.
And in return, I gave my armor up. And in return for that, we got a weapon because I no longer had a weapon. And this weapon comes in the form of an old friend. The best 12 minutes of my life is in this game. No kidding. But it's going and finding that Ord is in this dimensional pocket, I guess you could say.
Oh no, that's heaven.
Heaven. And he comes back out for I don't know how long, but long enough to help us in our quest. And I think the dragons are going to align themselves with us, and we're going to go to the well.
I believe that's what the
Yeah.
plan was.
And that's all I remember.
All right, so
I was really sick last week. Not sick now.
Eleuthera, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Eleuthera, she'd opened the gate. You went and got Ord. As soon as she had put the scroll on him, the runes had come forth, swirled around him, became part of him.
God, that's so great.
As you guys are leaving, Ord has this new thunder cannon he's been working on. His armor is very much like his old armor without the cloud giant rune on it. I would tell you he would look clean, but for Ord don't really stay clean, being a blacksmith. But
You must wear your work, otherwise you do not work.
right. How does that work with you guys working at Walmart then?
Oh, I have wax and stuff all over my clothes. You can ask
It's
him.
because you're into some freaky shit.
Rock on wax, but over there.
Relax and slip and slide.
Well, I was thinking maybe some of the wax he used to use, like when it was called Wild.
Oh, yeah.
I've been through some of
He
those.
does way too much scrubbing above.
But anyways, Eleuthera told you, that we'll open gates and that you'll meet and march from Greenest. Now, Promanther brings up that we need a plan of attack. If the cult is going to be quickly on the move due to the fact that we know of them, they know that we're coming to this mask, we need to slow them down. We need time. And they're looking at you, specifically Luda, Vesper, Riker. You might have to
Oh,
play
I'm still
me.
playing right?
You might have to play me two people here.
All right.
Because
Fair enough.
you guys have been on the chops of the cult here recently. You have been to their fortifications. You know how things are looking at these spots. So everybody at this chamber looks to you guys for some help here.
Fair enough. The Red Wizards are the keystones of the ritual. They're the ones that are to conduct. If we can locate them, we could at least delay it a bit.
Where was the last time you've seen the Red Wizards? Whenever-
In my tower.
You actually fought a
Yeah.
red wizard.
And then
in
two
the
of them
tower.
got, yeah, two of them got away from that one spot, and then we fought one with him. So maybe you know where they went? Are they still around, or are they going to come back possibly? Or do you know where they went from your tower? Or any
More
resemblance?
likely than not, well, the dragons.
Hmm. It seems like all clues keep leading us to the Well of Dragons.
It's almost as if it's a sign from.
Promanther tells me, he looks at you, Riker, he says, please tell me, Filth, of this ritual. What does it entail? What does it take?
The sacrifice of thousands to open a portal.
He says, have you seen any slaves?
At the will of the dragons.
He said, so there is one thing that is there. Let's assume the mask are there as well.
They are.
At least
To my knowledge.
2.
The black one, and we had it last week.
The red one is there. That's
For sure,
where
yes.
Yeah.
Severn sports.
Yeah, you're right.
What of this treasure? Do you think this will be enough to appease Tiamat, or do you think they need more?
It's as you said, it's merely for appeasement, it's not part of the ritual.
She is a god.
It's mainly to win her over. They really, truly want to bring her. They can do it at any point in time.
All the dragons here just kind of look at each other. Would your mother be appeased by a small amount of treasure? Would she come to someone who did not come bearing gifts worthy of her?
If it's where she wanted to be, she would simply go there, take what she wanted, and kill them if it wasn't.
So you do not believe the treasure is of importance?
It is it made, if we can get enough of it, then it may make them doubt going forward.
Says,
But it depends on how desperate Severn is.
and he was like, Promanther tells you, I do not think desperation will play a part. If they have everything they need, I would assume they'd be very confident in casting this ritual. We just need to find a way to slow them down. Our armies are scattered.
Yes.
He says, yes, we can transport them there quickly, but we do need time to get to them.
They are currently moving out the various treasures to the well. If we have ways to soak the remaining layers, as it were, for the treasure within, or at least do a full strike on the hunting lodge.
He was like,
But I don't know how much is left there now.
in the lodge, and this is where these portal stones, you believe, are.
Yes, it would be quick travel to any of the layers.
He says, so if we stop the portal stones, this should slow them down then.
Absolutely.
If marginally, yes. But it is also protected by the white Dracolich.
And he smirks when you say this, and he looks at his fellow dragons.
It's nothing on you, I mean for us creatures.
And he says, I assure you, we shall take care of this. But what else? We need to think. And you are our only insight to this.
The slaves, the masks. if we can get it. The mask would be the most dividing ordeal, but alas, this is the same day, right?
Yes, this is the same day. And this is right after Ward's done came through this portal.
If Talos is smart, she'd move, or she would have already moved her mask that's at the lodge. If she's not, then she still has it with her.
Well, then let's assume that the mask and the word speakers are at the lodge. Now, you talked of these portal stones,
Yes.
and where do we think that they lead to? We obviously know one leads to Emerith, and then one there must lead back.
Well, of the dragons. I'm assuming, by the colorations, I assume it to be portals to either to the layers or around them, where they keep the treasure, their individual treasures to bring to give to Tiamat.
And do we know where the layers are that these lead to?
I have ideas, right?
You should.
Yeah.
All the information I gave
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
you should be
no,
able
I
to
have
put
all that.
anything together I ask.
I have all that. It will just take me a second to find it.
Now I feel like Smiley's become Evan.
I was expecting to play Horde. I apologize. I was thinking I'd thrown off. I got ahead of myself. But the green dragon's truth it's hidden within the misty forest in the high moor, but it travels in order to keep itself from being discovered.
So it's a safe bet to say that he doesn't have a fortress much like the others.
Much like the others, correct.
So let's take him off the board.
Peering off the layers in the well of the dragons. Baraga Hamanthar is the fastest of them all. So south is also a small town. It hit Baraga Hamanthar's base is in the Mirror of Dead Men.
And that is to the north.
Uh,
Do you think one of these portals leads there?
there was a black one, right? There was black.
I don't know. You tell me what was there.
Oh,
You guys are there.
I don't have Riker's notes.
Yeah, but you have two other people that were there also.
Well, I was kind of talking to, yeah, but it was black, red, blue, and what was the last one? Was it green? Or was it a green one? Was there?
Well, there's
Black.
three.
There was no. I thought there was 4, and the blue one was destroyed.
Three.
I'm gonna watch that video and find out later.
Yeah, it doesn't help you now, but
Oh no, just me complaining on break. That's about it.
I'm pretty sure it's green.
I know that was black, red, and blue was there.
there's three.
Nah, there was 3. I'm pretty sure the remaining one's black.
So we're going to assume that you're a horrible spy, and you can remember nothing. And this
I'm
will be a
going to
guessing
I'm
game.
going to assume that I came here expecting to play a dwarf instead of.
Hey, as a player, you should remember everything that happens in the game. So you're going to assume.
Oh, I want to find that comment later.
Evan, what are you looking for?
Okay.
All I'm seeing is blank paper.
It's been over 2 weeks since we played.
I don't know if I wrote that down. I was just seeing if I wrote
No,
it
you
down.
didn't.
Okay.
I scribbled it on a thing, but the other notebook is at my house.
So if we attack the lodge and destroy these portal stones quickly, hopefully we can slow them down. Because if they are to bring treasure from the Mirror of Dead Men to the Sunset Mountains, it would take them days. Even being carried by dragons. And then they're at a disadvantage because they'll easily be seen.
Yes.
Even to bring the treasure from Imrith's lair would take them days, for as far in the north.
No.
Sounds like a good plan.
The treasure at the lodge, I'm going to assume we can guess is gone. As we speak, as we make these plans.
Yes.
I would assume that it is being moved. Everything is being moved. We need to act quickly.
Aye.
We will go to the lodge. But we need everyone else to notify all who are marching to the Well of Dragons. We need to prepare and prepare quickly. So who you want to go talk to first?
I don't know if I hear one. I have names.
Well-
We're talking about the Lord's Alliance, right?
Pretty much.
We got a couple teleportation circles.
Anybody you know that has agreed to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
this.
We need to talk to the Storm Giants, the Fire
Most
Giants.
of them are all together.
Well, we have a couple of Storm Giants with the
Yeah.
Fire Giants, but not the
Yeah.
Storm Giants as a whole. But we can send a message
I
to.
totally forgot.
We need to get a lot of Jamda Gleam Silver.
You could.
There's also a wild elf king possibly supposed to
Wow.
talk to at some point.
But here's your thing. You're
Hornblade,
supposed to
no-
talk to
Yeah.
at some point. You never got around to, and
Yeah.
now it might be too late.
Yeah.
Who?
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 I have to look up the wild elven king. I cannot remember his name.
Hornblade. I just mentioned that somewhere.
It's not Hornblade. Hornblade from Silvermoon.
Oh, hot damn. We'll need to rally Bruno, November, Hornblade, Raven God, Winterhound, Estival. Who's Artem Susk? We didn't get Megara in on this shit. Just open up the flask in the middle of the well.
Megara is actually with Brunor,
Oh my god.
who is with Zalto,
Mhm.
who is with the Vodnod, who's with Blogothkus, who has Skyreach Castle, and the Storm King, Hikaton.
I don't know. That's our main.
How terrible
fucking-
is it of a plan to just take McGareth and the flask and just let him loose in the Well of Dragons?
That's what I just said.
I know, I'm just saying, I mean,
That's
how
a
bad
beautiful
does that
plan.
sound bad?
That
or,
will
I
slow them the
mean,
fuck down.
That's gonna take some
Like you won't do
undoing.
much to the Red Dragon, but it'll fuck everything else up.
It might fuck the Red Dragon too, I don't know, I mean.
I don't, yeah. If McGarrett could remove his resistance immunity to fire, that would be amazing.
They can't hit each other really, can they? I mean,
McGarrett is just resistant. It's immune to fire, but resistant to physical damage.
yeah, but Dragon's breath weapon ain't gonna do anything. That's
We also he's
that's the
already
big ticker,
went
right?
to talk to the Harper agents.
Yeah, you don't even know if
Yeah.
he's even. No, Leosin's not there. Leosin went to Iron Slag.
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
Iron Slave to tell them.
Jason
Yeah, I couldn't remember
and
his name.
Blagotsko and King Hikaton flew there. You don't even know if
Yeah.
they're there yet.
So I know they're possibly on their way. So I know one. I need to
I just
contact.
look at my brother. Like,
Try to think of somebody else I know that's in the Harper agents that Leosin probably hasn't got to yet to let them know the rest of the Harpers.
Now, Emerith did
I gotta find his name.
say that the Storm King said that the that he was special was needed for the ritual. But the Storm King said that he was. And Emerith has captured two of his daughters.
Feel free to play between Riker and Ord whenever you need to.
Yeah.
I just was going to Riker because Riker knows more about what is recently going on. Than
I was on
Ord.
because like last session you ended speaking as Riker, so I thought I wasn't gonna be playing Riker
No.
at all anymore.
From
Yeah.
time to time, depending on how it goes, you can expect it.
Thane Brannox. That's the one guy that walked off mad because he couldn't get the thingy he wanted.
Evan, I know of a guy you could contact, but I don't know if you remember him.
So while they're contacting people, we should go.
Can you speak to your own ally?
He's not gonna help.
Yeah, fair enough. I think we already tried that once. Not a dozen times. I think you have to get like a nat 20.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at it now, and
The Harpers in Everland. I believe you said you had a cloud giant as well that was an ally. Wow, we have to have a sizable force. That just hit me. We have like all these, all the people I just listed off.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you had a sizable force that wasn't getting along together
Yeah.
either. And last time you guys were together, no one was getting along either until Brunor showed up. Now the thing is, all this shit has happened and they've all spread out.
But they're spread out to get ready though.
True, but like me and you just had the conversation not too long ago. It was like, well, this has been 10 days ago. I was like, no, it hasn't.
Yeah.
You might been from the time you guys had brought Brunor in
Yeah.
to this time might be about 10 days. Everything has happened in such rapid succession. Everything is escalating very quickly. It's called teleportation circles.
It escalated more.
No, it's called teleportation.
Remember what I talked about me and Riker doing while everybody was busy planning?
Dude, my brain's fried. I fried my brain a long time ago. I remember nothing.
What was this?
Huh?
What was this?
We were gonna kill the wise men. We just sneak out,
Yeah.
come back with our heads.
Well, they're here.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to sneak far.
We're not gonna sneak far.
okay.
My stealth is now 17 without rolling.
What are you looking for, Evan?
That's what
I was looking for different notes of different people we talked. We haven't talked to the Dragon Knight guy in a long time.
He was
What do
from
you
here.
say? I don't see me.
I'm writing down like everybody we should contact, and I know that's one of them.
Did you get everything I listed?
No, the Storm King, the Storm Princess, and
No, he
Blagokis,
didn't.
Salto, Brunor, the Dragons. Leoson's already going there to talk to them.
You understand it's draconic here. These dragons are kind of whispering to each other, and they believe you're a bunch of fools. You're not seeming to be. You're not seeing. There's a little doubt here that you guys will be able to pull this off with them. You're very disorganized.
I'm just sitting here. Vesper's not doing anything.
Exactly.
I already gave him time to listen.
Nothing.
He's making a separate list so he can properly read them all.
Well, if he would keep notes by page instead of through an 80-page notebook.
Oh, there's a Wild Elf King's name.
See, look on the back of his
Maladrins.
character sheet.
Correct?
Ah.
Maladrins is a Wild Elf King's name. I wrote that on the back of my character sheet.
So what do I have to get to talk to Claude?
I'm not telling you that.
Man, they're gonna give me a bone.
You just gotta roll and see if it happens.
Alright.
I know what you need. I ain't telling you that.
Alright.
You might be trying to bump some ability scores or something before you do it.
Alright. I've already leveled up.
That's fine.
Let's see. I don't know what I want to ask though.
Oh, there's a con. You know, I don't think I really...
Okay, how do you plan on contacting all these people?
How many cities do you have in a day?
Well, right now, like a bunch of these people are together.
No. They're not.
Zalto, Brunor, Velothus, Storm King, Storm Princess, they're all going to the same place. Leosin.
Yeah.
And besides that, the dragons are here with us, and
Oh,
then
we
the
still got-
Dragon Knights.
Contact the Gauntlet,
Yeah, the Order of the Gauntlet.
the Emerald Enclave.
But the question is, do you have time?
Well, I'm just
I mean-
send out the word.
I mean, they're trying to make time, but okay, let's just say Brunor's army, even though they're on their way, and you've got scores upon scores of dwarves, it's an army, it moves slow. And it's
Yeah.
to the north of you. So, I mean, from here, it's still got to move south. These dragons said they could open up gates, but you've got these 5 dragons and how many different armies? You guys are going to start figuring stuff out here. That's why they're asking you, how are you going to save time? Because you got to think, okay, you're assuming they have the dragon mask. They have these rituals ready. So for all you know, if the ritual takes an hour, you're lollygagging around, and they can summon Tiamat while you're standing here with your thumbs up your asses.
The dragons are going to go to the lounge, right? The lounge and
The lounge, I don't know why they would go to the lounge.
Technically, they only have
The
to go to the
lodge.
plane lodge to get to the
They're going to the
Dragon.
lodge.
They're gonna go
But
to
here's the
that for a
thing,
minute.
they don't know where the lodge is.
He has to tell them.
Okay, we need to let them know what's at the lodge, where it's at. They know there's a drinking list there. They know the trove's there, and they know one of the
Promancer smiles, he says, I will take the filth with me.
Mm.
And he points at Rocker.
So Rocker can
take
go
you
with them
to
there.
either however close or into the lodge you wish to be.
I will send a message to the one I know the best is the Storm Princess. Out of the, because I don't know if Pink can do that well. Let her know.
You're sending
what-
contacts.
Yes, what we're doing. That way they know what we're doing. And
So
then
you saying out of all your contacts, you know Princess Sarissa the best.
out of these ones,
Okay.
because Leosin already knows what I know, and he's going there. So if I send one to
He
her, she
doesn't know
can,
we're going to war.
yeah. But if I send one to her, I can let her know Leosin's coming with more detailed information. But here's the drift of what's going on. You can go with him to the lodge, and
Well, I'm trying,
I've contact order the gauntlet.
because there are wizard stuff within this room that can help send word to the Lords Alliance and start readying the slow moving army. What we need is the one that move fast, which means we need either the druids can tree stride there and be there quickly. The gauntlet is in the area already, right? Like the greenest
They're not
area.
that far. It would be days for them to march though.
Yeah.
Even being in El Toro, I mean, that's still a good ways for them to march.
Oh.
At least you're looking at 3, 4, 10 days.
Well, they took the river by ferry.
An army?
I mean, how many
Put a
ferries?
war
Yeah,
galley.
a war-
I mean, yeah, think about that. An army. I mean, that
Well,
by
How big is their
rigors.
How big is their army?
Oh god, they're spread out.
El Toro is like the home of like even though the Lord's Alliance is small, that's where all your like Helm, it's basically the triad. Helm, you've got Ilmater, like all them lawful deities that are all
Yeah.
about justice. Like that whole town, their force surveys a lot of land around them. And they're even close to the Well of Dragons, but your central force being there still is going to have to travel. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what parts of this army you want to move fast. Because you don't have a lot of time here. Because you're assuming that gold is not necessary for her to come if she really wants to. So the cult has everything they need now.
The ones that we need to move fast are this group of the forces that are the ones at Iron Slag.
We need Iron Slag to get closer this way.
Yeah.
So
We need to use a wish spell to wish that Iron Slag was beside the Well of Dragons.
how many people can you teleport?
How badly could that backfire?
How many people can you teleport?
Riker, up to 7 at a time. Once per day.
Because if Riker's able to, we could get him to Iron Slag, and then he could teleport him to the where that portal's at on the mountain.
Only 7 people though.
Yeah.
Riker's already got a job.
Yeah.
You just missed that.
Yeah.
No.
He is taking some of these dragons to the lodge.
No, if they are fast enough, I could open a teleportation circle that can take us anywhere that has one existing. And
That's
they
what
just
I
have
want you
to,
do. Yeah.
and they just have to run their asses off for 6 seconds to get through the hole.
But how long is it gonna last?
I just said.
6
6
seconds.
seconds.
Okay, so
It'll be
now the dragons told you they can open gates,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but they don't know what to move until you guys let them know.
We need to move the iron.
Yeah,
army
that's
iron.
what-
I tell the dragon we need to move our army from Iron Slag this
I'm
direction.
trying to think.
Then what's an iron slag?
The Iron
is the
Slag's
next
under
question.
attack.
I tell them
I thought they knew what was going on up there.
Brunor is having his army move to Iron Slag.
Bruno's army's on its way to Waterdeep.
I mean,
where you're at right now.
Brunor's at Iron Slag.
Yes.
See, I thought he took his
Sword
force
Pink
up there with
Contingent
him.
is at Iron Slag.
Contingency.
Zalto
Contingency.
is at Iron Slag. And the Storm Princess is at Iron Slag. And all of them have armies under their control, and Zalto has a Vodanod, a weapon that can he says can destroy Tiamat if she rises.
Kaz McKella, who knows King Bruenor, tell you, I do not think I can move the machine. She's like, but I can probably get the majority of the army that's there to the Well of Dragons myself.
If we move fast enough, we won't need the machine.
Yes.
She was like, will we? We don't even know. Who says the ritual's not going on now?
To be fair, I said if we move fast
Yeah, he's
enough.
talking about if we move fast enough, we won't need the machine.
And we've been wasting time here.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, they're probably ahead of us.
They shouldn't be too far ahead though.
So if you can go,
Do you know how long the ritual takes?
No more than Rocker.
And they look to Rocker.
Only the Red Wizards I see have read it.
So see? So we have no clue there. For all we know, she is coming through a portal now. We need to act as so.
so I think our group should head towards the Well of Dragons,
What do you mean your group?
like our Greenfield, except for going with them to the lodge, and then one of the dragons can go to Iron Slag and port them here and let them know that we need backup because we're going to go to the well and try to fight this thing before it happens, and we're going to need some help.
So you three are going to go to the World Dragon.
Not about, well, I mean, we're going to meet if she can teleport them this way, the dragon, to give us some backup from these people.
She said, we can move people from Waterdeep, some of their army now, but will it be enough?
It'll be enough to distract them.
If we can
Or
just
will
hold-
it be a slaughter?
yeah.
Do you know what's at the Well of Dragons?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking if we had people there
If we
with more
sneak
people on the
in-
way, possibly we can hold them off long enough to get the rest of our army there.
Basically, just sneak in and cause chaos.
You three.
That's probably the best idea. Just us three.
Do you know that dragons are called to the Well of Dragons themselves?
Yes.
Have you not heard the Dracahorn
I
in
know.
recent 10 days? That
Yeah.
calls our kind there. For all you know, it'd be you three against 100 of my kind.
The-
Do you like those odds?
It's for everybody else, not for us. If we die, so be it.
I find it a waste.
No, I agree. I think that ain't the best of ideals. Do you think that they're summoning Tiamat at the Well of Dragons? Like you know where it would be at?
They would have to.
If we knew
Riker
that-
knows they have a temple there for this purpose.
Yes.
If we was able to get into the temple, that'd be a different story. Do you know if there's more than one way to get to the temple? Maybe they have a summoning circle inside there.
Do they have to summon her through like?
It's a ritual.
Have you seen the summoning circle?
It's a ritual.
I mean, the ritual. Have you seen where the place where they're going to do it at inside the temple?
I've seen the temple, but I didn't see anything involving the ritual because only the Red Wizards know the ritual.
If it's a circle.
Eleuthera will speak up. I'm assuming it will be to a degree of how I just brought your friend back, but on a much grander scale. I simply opened a portal to another realm. They are doing the same. But they are not bringing someone so insignificant, mind you. No,
What are
no
you find?
offense. But they are bringing a god. It will require much more power.
Yeah.
To just to stay in the circle.
I mean,
as
it
the
would
form tries to
be
force its way through.
it would be to our benefit if we knew the amount of time it takes to summon the queen, but we do not. So therefore, its time is against us.
Well, we could. You said they need souls.
Yes.
We could sneak in and try to free the prisoner.
Again,
If we could just
let's
open
assume
up,
there's 100 of my kind there against you three,
At least that way you know
Yeah.
what's going on. We can send a message back.
or there's 3 more souls there
Yeah.
for them to have.
I'll die before they catch me.
now the ones that we need there immediately would be the Iron Forge, Order of the Gauntlets, and the Druids of the Emerald Enclave.
And then our kind will have no problems getting there. There is nothing to delay our kind.
I would like
For our
to say,
speed is faster than everyone else's.
Istval is used to fighting these people, so any force he can bring to bear will be useful as well.
Are they helping us?
Promir has not helped you at all. He
I
was
think they're
there.
helping us.
Him and Hornblade were there for their own countries per se,
Yeah.
to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Hornblade has told you guys of the War of the North and how all this area would not assist. So they are preparing themselves. They have their own alliance in the North going on.
It doesn't really make any sense.
No.
It does when you were being thrashed in your own war and no one would come aid you.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense.
Right now, all we have is the dwarfs and the giants.
I mean, when you were in
the
Everland, I mean, the wizard there, Cronin, even told you that. He was like, "Why should we help them? They're fighting amongst each other."
So yeah, but when we all die, it's not gonna matter.
But that was his thing. They'll all die. They will be prepared.
Prepare to fight a god. Good luck.
Well, now there's fire giants saying they're willing to help. So they have the God Killer machine.
So we should.
And if you think about it, their area is more prepared right now than anybody's because
It is.
where you need to go, what you're wanting is all in his area. You have a mobile fortress, you have a God-killing machine, and
That's because we put most of it in this area, to be
hey,
fair.
but I can't help that.
But his area is how far away from Well Dragons? It's all
In the north, it would be the same distance as moving Emrys Gold.
Yeah, it's a long way.
And you know that they've got problems up there right now with whites and blues.
I know.
Yeah. They've been attacking Iron's Flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those
And the
all
Dwarven
promise-
kingdoms that are up there, yeah.
What about the Dwarven army? What if we take the Dwarven army and we spearhead
Yeah.
ahead?
Well, we'll still need, like, one dragon is the equivalent of a platoon. That's the
we took
thing.
out a dragon.
We have, they haven't.
You're talking about your average guards
I
versus
roll
a dragon.
guards as like level 2s and 3s.
Yes, not. I wouldn't even say that.
No, that I was being
but,
generous.
Yeah, against skilled heroes
Well, how
with
big is the
magic
Dwarven army?
and weapons. No one knows. No one found out.
Or
We got somebody that's been there.
I was about to say,
There's thousands of dwarves in Gauntlet Grim.
Well,
You think
you just said no one found out, so I was like, well, where did
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. But no one found out how many were coming.
I asked Lord, do you think Brunor will allow you to use a portion of his army or maybe the full thing to spearhead towards the well? With the help of some dragons and us?
I can ask him real quick.
You already got an army on the way here.
That's what I'm talking about. And then we can intercept them
Yeah.
and they would if you got the permission from Brunor to control them, we can bring that army plus us and maybe a dragon or whatever, and at least start the spearhead on this thing.
Well, I can ask him real quick if you like.
That is I think that's our best plan because it gives us an army, us, and a dragon, and we know there's a temple somewhere inside there, and that's where they're going to do the ritual at.
And then we kind of
But
spearhead it, and then
alright,
the
so-
rest of the army follows behind.
The forces that will be needed at the dragon, if any support from the Emerald Enclave, I feel that will be valuable. The dwarven forces,
Now, let me remind you, the Emerald Enclave has an issue they're dealing with right now. And that's the stone giants.
Yes.
oh yeah.
So, do you really want to take
So-
a chance of spreading them thin?
See, but right now we're kind of like special forces, so we're going in, then the Rangers behind us and the cavalry, I guess. But
This is all on you. However, you guys are going to do it. I'm not stopping you from doing anything.
we're probably the most trained, so we
You keep
probably need
talking
to
us
go
out of
first.
this,
We probably need to go first. And then
Well, it's
if
going
we
on
have the
lines
Dwarven
of-
army, we can spearhead it, and then the rest of the people can come behind us.
I'm going to go. I have to use sending spell. I want to talk to Leosin and ask him.
is he even there?
No, I want to ask him
Because
who
it's
he
been like a day.
thinks I should contact.
No, it's the same day.
to get,
No, you've rested twice.
I'm
That's
actually.
only a total of
Elven
8
rest, I
hours.
mean, It's might have been like 10, 12 hours since you last left Leosin.
Yeah.
That's how fast things have escalated.
I've got to get some insight on him. I'm going to be like,
Helping sleep, reverie.
No,
and
it's been
teleportation.
close to like 15 to 16 was still the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Because
only
we
been
were like
24
5 hours
yeah.
out from the lodge.
5 miles. We were 5 miles
Oh.
out from the lodge. But anyways,
But we moved to half
it's
speed.
important on what I want to ask him. I'm going to ask him, who should I contact on the Harper agent side to maybe get us some extra troops? And I tell him the plan, like we're going to try to spearhead the
alright,
world.
write that down.
Yeah.
Contact Wilson about troops.
Yeah.
It's one thing you're gonna do. What's the next thing you're gonna do?
I have 2 people in Iron Slag that I was to contact.
Okay? So contact Iron Slag.
Being Bruner for information about the troops and if we can expedite them because we're getting ready to attack now.
Okay, so you're looking to move the troops in Iron Slag, move Bruner as long as it's on the way.
Yeah, like to see the other person I want to contact Iron Slag was also to see if he had any forces that he could spare from defending it.
Alright, so to spread to put
Yeah.
okay, you're doing gates here to move these armies, right? Now you still got dragons that are going to the lodge, so you got 2 dragons that are about to be busy. One
Yeah.
for Iron Slag to move, one for move the drawers. We'll say 2. If you send 2 to the lodge, the Rocker, you should be fine because 2 dragons to deal with 1 dragon will be fine. So that'll leave you 1 dragon to move somebody else if you want it.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I for one am a fan of paladins.
Yes.
Paladins are badasses in general. And I feel like dragons would appreciate having the triad there with them. So I would suggest the Order of the Gauntlet.
So to El Toro.
Which I know they're the closest one that can mobilize, which might be a tactically bad idea. But I feel out of everyone, between them and any giant forces we may get, they will have the biggest impact.
Okay, so then you'll have dragons on your side as well, because it's nothing for dragons to contact each other, because you're dealing with this council. All right, so you have 3 armies you're moving basically: the dwarves, the Iron Forge contingency plan, I should say, I guess, and the Order of the Gauntlet. Correct?
Yes.
And possibly extra Harper agents.
But I don't. But
Well,
The reason I want
well,
them,
the thing with the Iron Slag is I don't know if they can spare the troops before. That's why I was wanting to ask Salto if he
What
had.
about Acria?
Akria can send their people with us.
yeah,
Yeah, she can send them with us, but if they have any people like
Then she'd also have people in position in cities across the place that could travel
Yeah.
to units.
Okay, but here's the thing though.
And that's just bad juju.
Okay, you still got dragons that's got to travel.
Yeah.
So you're about to get rid of all 5 of your dragons right now. What are you 3 doing?
I think we should go to the well.
I'm gonna.
We haven't rested yet, motherfucker.
And the thing is, how do you get to the well when you've never been there?
I mean, well, once we need to meet with the dwarf troops first, and then get the other troops, and then go towards the well,
Yeah.
based off what Riker has told us where it's at, and how to get to it.
Well, there is one guy who knows where that area is here. He's just never been there. That'd be Ord.
Yeah.
Because even though it's hundreds of miles from where he lives, he knows of those mountains.
Yeah.
Well, we can have Riker draw us like a.
Still doesn't help you
Get
teleport there.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's another circle to move to the circle.
Alright, so
We will be mobilizing. We should be moving the cleanest. Getting ready for the forces to meet there to move up to the well.
alright, so Promanther and Ymir, they're going with Riker to the lodge.
All right, which ones?
Promanther
There.
and Ymir.
Namer? What?
Ymir.
Please be the bronze one.
NYM. It is a bronze one.
Yes, it's named after Namer. the Samaritan.
And it's NYMMURH. They're going to the lodge with Riker. Kazmakilla will go to Iron Slag. Old Terry will go to meet. Oh man, Kazmakilla's going to need to go to 2 different places. Taz McKell will go to the Dwarven army because she knows the dwarves.
Who's that,
Taz
Taz?
McKell, yeah, she's a copy
So
dragon.
not going to Iron
Yeah, she's
Slag.
going to the dwarves army. Oteri will go to Iron Slag. And Eluther will go to Elutral or the Gauntlet is.
Who's the last one?
And we need to
Luther?
contact Order of the Gauntlet, let them know that we're mobilized to attack to get their forces ready.
Where's Luther going?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what the dragon would say.
Oh, yeah.
What's Luther going?
Well,
She's going to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay.
All right, so you're contacting people.
And we're meeting at Greenest, right?
yeah, I mean, you're in.
That's what I'm gonna tell Leo's.
Okay,
Do you have your message?
No, I can write it down.
you first, Ord. Who you contacting?
Burner,
Okay.
McKean. We are mobilizing to the well. I need any information about the Dwarven forces. Yes, sir. That's the gist of what I need.
Okay.
And if we may expedite them. 16.
Brunor tells you battle going on here. Forge holding well. No issues. Move army as needed. Lead them.
Alright.
Is there anybody else you're contacting?
I was going to contact Zalto to see if he had any forces or knew of any forces from the giant side, because Bruno doesn't know about the Storm King being free or anything.
Nope, no one does.
Zalto, we are making our play. Is there any forces that can be spared from your end to assault the Well of the Dragons?
Everything will be placed on Stormreach Castle. We'll finish the Vodnod there. We'll head to Well when needed.
Dear God, there goes a giant robot outside, guys.
We're making our own Pacific Rim movie.
I want to send a message to Hillary then,
Okay.
because we no longer need to move the Iron Slag.
Okay.
At Hillary, we are prepared. We are striking the Well of the Dragons to end this blighted war. Can you or your people spare anything?
One person out there's two people I was wondering if you're in contact as one of them. Spread thin, helping Loudwater against heavy giant attacks. Green Dragon terrorizing Misty Forest, hunting it down now.
There's giants against us too.
Is that the green dragon that has the mask?
I tell this to the dragons.
Where's she
Instead of bringing us another force, you may need to back up. They're having issues. Some of ours are having issues in the Misty Forest. They're hunting down the green dragon.
That green dragon has a mask.
What's just as okay, but we're assuming the masks are at the Well of Dragons. What's more important? Taking a guess or spearheading what you guys are wanting to do? You have to make a decision.
I was just telling them what's going on.
I'll ask Riker if that's the dragon with the mask.
The dragon doesn't have the mask.
The rider.
Worm speaker.
Our speaker.
If
And that
only
dragon's
the
aided by
Warm Speaker was
giants.
there.
That dragon's also one that was once a Draculus was brought back to life.
Well, they said that there's a green dragon, so
If it has a mask, then we can get the mask.
It's also
We
in the
stop
right
whole ritual,
location.
right?
they just told you the dragon doesn't wear the mask.
But the rider does.
Did they say anything about a rider?
Nothing was said
Yeah,
about
it's
a
in the
rider.
rider.
I think our best approach is still to spearhead into the
Yeah.
into the well.
I'm trying to find us something to replace the Iron Slag.
It does suck there's dragons.
And
in
I'll
there.
relay to everyone about Iron Slag's moving everything to a flying castle that'll be heading that way.
Because by the green dragon doing this thing over here, and then the white Draculus doing this thing over here, I
Yeah.
think they're trying to keep us away from the well.
The distraction.
We need a go ahead and do yours. I'm trying to think of a third force that we can use. Or like if we could just if nothing else we'll just have that last dragon with us. Because that will be valuable, just, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna contact Leosin. I'm going to say,
I need a concentration from you.
okay.
You,
Hey, a dice roll.
You've got you're casting your spell,
Yeah.
and you feel this itch in your head. You need to decide what you want to do here. Either you're going to fight through this spell you're feeling, or you're going to let it happen.
I'm gonna fight through it.
Let me try that happen.
And probably not, but I'll try. The
No.
first roll of the day is an 11.
We got all together.
11. 6
11.
plus 5.
Your spell fails. You can't get it off. And this spell comes through,
Oh, wait.
and it's Varus. Varus tells you Luskin is under attack by 2 black dragons.
Hey, if we help Luskin, then we get Varys and his cronies.
And Formanther tells you
I
time.
I
You
yell out.
really want to spread yourself further to the north.
As soon as I get this, I
I
say,
have a feeling, because Farag Hamanthar has been attacking the Sword Coast.
He tells you they need reinforcements.
oh, he tells me that. I stop. I come around. I run over there. I say, I just got a very important message from Varys. He said Luskin's under attack by 2 black dragons, and they need reinforcements ASAP. So more has hit our plate.
Because here's the one I'm detecting. Like, the North didn't want to help the South, but the North are the ones that are being attacked.
I guess I could.
That's a bit of irony. Alright, so we need to move troops to there.
Lady
Over
Silverhand
anywhere.
says, if you do not need men, I can send men to Luskin. I do not know if they'll get there in time.
If we could teleport to us.
We can travel, we can go to Greenest with the Order of the Gauntlet and the Dwarves.
I want
Who's
to
also coming down for our reinforcements.
Are the reinforcements going to make it to Luskin in time?
I want to help Varys.
We can use the remaining
I wouldn't be here.
remaining
wouldn't be
gate
here
to
if it
send
wasn't.
reinforcements for Watery Deep to Luskin.
Formanther cuts you guys off. He says, are you that big of fools? It's war. There are casualties.
But the abandoning of each other is what caused the initial strife. for
But
those
we'll,
people as well.
but that'll all be for nothing if we do not stop Tiamat from rising. Tell me, Luda,
From-
champion of Bahamut, when he fell, did it stop you?
I did not.
When you lost him, did you stop everything you were doing to try to get him, or did you realize you needed to push forward?
I pushed forward. And by having all this go on right now, I feel like they're trying to pull us away from this well. I think that is our best shot. We should still do it. Even though I want to go help Varys, I think our forces are needed to strike into that well.
Word, what do you think?
My thing is, I don't think just man's going to help us out as much, and I don't know of another force that we can use that last gate for. And if we lose our like cornering fronts, we're losing ground. And even if we kill everything going on at Well of the Dragons, these are still threats that we're still going to have to deal with.
But what's more important, threats or this final battle that's about to take
I'm
place?
saying, I can't think of a third force that's not already moving.
So,
Like, the Iron Slag people are already moving down. So we don't need that third portal.
but will they get there in time? See, that's one thing you guys keep forgetting about is time.
No, it's not that I'm forgetting about it, it's that I...
Okay, put it this way. It took you from Parnast to Ironslag in 3 days on Skyreach Castle. Parnast is about 3 days from the Well of Dragons with that castle. That's a 6-day travel for that castle. Can you afford that much time?
We really don't know.
Well, then how would you play that then?
I I say send troops to Luskin, and then we'll take the Dwarven army, and we'll head to the well.
That's what I was saying. Like, send the troops to Luskin. I don't have a use for the last gate.
All your gates are taken care of. If you're sending one to Iron Slag, you're sending one to the dwarves, sending one to the
Yeah.
the Order of the Gauntlet. That's 3. You've got 2 dragons going to the lodge to destroy portals. That's a full plate.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to get away from that.
I think I just miscounted.
So are you still in agreement with that? That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, because it seems like they're trying to distract us pretty hardcore
Yes.
right now.
Okay. Luda, send your message. Who you sending it to?
Well, I tried to send the one to Leosin, it didn't go through, but then I caught Varys' message. I'm gonna send one back to Varys, so who are we sending, what kind of troops are we sending him?
I'll take out of
Well,
this.
Evan, you can
Oh,
answer him. He has sent you a message.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but okay, so
Tell Varys.
hold on. When he said that to me, I'll say, I will send back ASAP, I'm gonna get you some help. That way he'll know that I'm about to send him back. I'll tell you to send Varys a message, let him know what's going on.
Alright.
Okay, so you send Varys a message. Let him know he's getting support from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep is sending support, but I'm afraid they might be coming late. We are mobilizing remaining forces to strike at the Well of the Dragons. It's 15.
Tiamat maybe rising. Let them know it's urgent. That's
We're
all.
cutting off the 5-headed bitch.
Okay, who you sending a message to, Luda?
I don't know if Varys want to respond to that or not.
Leosin first, again, I'm gonna try, say, dragons are opening gates to aid in Luskin against dragons. We are going to use Dwarven army to go to Well of Dragons to fight. Damn it,
And you're sending that to
Leosin.
Leosin.
I need more words, but that's what I sent him.
Leosin tells you at Adbar aiding Dwarven Citadel against dragons. May not make it for this battle. Best of luck.
I'll take off running. No, I'm kidding.
He's like, he's crying.
You can
Advar.
send him a message saying that we're.
So this is y'all's plan. You're gonna take the Order of the Gauntlet. You're gonna take these dragons. You're gonna move the Dwarven army and Iron Slag to the Well of Dragons, correct?
Yes.
Is everybody in agreement with this?
I would just like to see the entire Skyreach castle appear out of a giant fucking portal.
I am, but I am fighting worried.
Why is it we can't use it?
Two of my best friends are on different battle sides and they need my help.
Well, I mean, this is
The
time.
Bahamut, my new follow deity, is telling me to punch Tiamat in the face, so
All right.
we got to.
So we go to war.